When I first started tapping 15 years ago, my efforts were kind of chaotic and my results kind of matched my efforts. I had some success, but I had heard such amazing things about tapping. I was confused and a little frustrated about why I wasn't achieving better results. I thought that I should feel instantly better about some of my issues. And as you might guess, I was disappointed with what felt like a lack of progress. What I discovered over the years is an important concept to share in an effort to neutralize any potential disappointment about the app or about tapping in general. My hope is that by managing expectations, it will strengthen your faith in the tapping modality and increase your resolve to stick with it. First of all, to expedite healing, the root causes must be addressed. Focusing tapping efforts on the symptoms will yield limited results, with the belief or issue often resurfacing over and over again because it hasn't been addressed. For example, if your goal is to heal your body, if you are tapping mostly for the pain, it can be helpful in the moment, but without tapping through the traumatic events or the limiting beliefs that created that pain, there's a good chance it'll return. It's the same with anxiety. Without addressing the cause of the anxiety, the symptoms will continue to surface. The root causes of the issues can be hard to identify, but once you do, focus all of your effort on neutralizing all aspects, and it's likely that you will realize some amazing healing in the process. The other important concept to explain is that healing happens in layers, especially when you're working through a big foundational fear or traumas that happened consistently in childhood. One of my biggest fears is not being enough. I developed that fear when I was a little girl, and I've spent 50 plus years gathering evidence to validate it. And it has affected every aspect of my life, from relationships to my career to my body, you name it. And it took me a while to discover the connection to this root cause. But once I did and started tapping through it diligently, the success that I experienced was staggering. I quit a job I hated and I started my tapping practice, and this was huge for me. With my newfound courage and confidence, I thought I had finally neutralized that voice that told me I wasn't capable of doing something brave or important. It wasn't more than a month later when I was faced with my next challenge, which was making YouTube videos. The idea of filming myself and posting it for the world to see triggered that old fear massively. And once again, I found myself tapping through the fear of not being enough in order to move forward with my business. It happened again when I joined a networking group, and then it happened again when I was asked to speak to a large group about tapping. And don't even get me started on the app, because that has been a perpetual lesson in how deep this fear goes for me. The point is, I was healing this old fear in layers. When I was faced with an obstacle or fear, I would heal myself to that level and then move forward. When I was pushed out of my comfort zone again, I would have to neutralize the fear again to that level. And I've had to do this many times as I've expanded my business and my understanding of who I am. And I anticipate that I will have to continue working through this fear for many years to come. The healing happens in layers as we need it, and we rise to the occasion with tapping when it's called for. So I hope that that explanation not only validates your experience with tapping, healing, and growing, but I hope it encourages you to stick with it and keep digging deeper as it's needed. Because I don't know about you, but one of my greatest joys is being able to look back and see how far I've come with this progress. It's a journey, and it's great to be able to settle in and accept and embrace exactly where we're at and celebrate the layers as each one is shed and becomes part of your past.